Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS Edtech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICTS Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you people? Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Magandang hapon sa kanilang lahat. Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh for our brother Muslims in Mindanao. Now, this is a very exciting day indeed with Tutor Adam, you can also call me Tutor Alan, for this fifth week already. Yes, fifth week of our meeting. And I am so thankful that you are always here with me and for our program in ETUlay for this online tutorial. Sana you will be with me and you will be participative in all our discussions. So I'm so excited for you and I always long to see you each week. And now you're here. I would like to greet everyone. Best in. Pinakauna siya. Ligaya Bernadas Hermosa. Hello there. Good afternoon din sa iyo. Norina. Yes, good afternoon sa iyo. Mastela Bayhon. Good afternoon. Jennifer Liwana Gravano. Good afternoon. And Ann Farinas. Good afternoon. So maganda talaga ang hapon kasi this moment we have a good weather and we also have the good life that we have now, right? Yes. So welcome to our Philippine Politics and Governance. So ito ang inyong tutor Adam o si Tutor Alan na laging nandito para maging gabay sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon din sa iyo, Charmaine Loreha Layam. Marinette Malsi Sagadraka. A very good afternoon to all. Okay, so I'd like to mag-review tayo kung we had a continuity of learning from the last time that we had our discussion on power, the dimensions of power, and also the dimensions and the facets of power, and also the types of power, right? But before that, get ready dahil Huwebes na, #Huwebes, and #PPG, that's Philippine Politics and Governance. Okay, get ready with your modules. Nandyan na yung mga modules natin. Yes. Notes and pens, o di kaya mag-focus. Sir, I don't need na notes and pens kasi I have 5 gigabytes of my brain. I can accommodate those information. Okay, basta mag-focus at saka you need to comment, to participate para who knows, one of you will become the Chuti of the week. So the most participative Chuti will garner this recognition or award. O, senior. Okay? We have always best things for you here in ETUlay. Okay, disclaimer lang ha. This online tutorial upholds Republic Act 8293 and it may be considered as fair use of a copyrighted work as defined in section 185, which states the fair use of copyrighted work for criticism, comment, news, reporting, and teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, and research and similar purposes is not an infringement, no? So, we have to be careful dahil we are on this topic, Philippine politics and governance, and you will be future what? Lawyers maybe and social workers because you are YUMs and we want to serve the country, no? Through our social activities and our outreaches. Okay? Good afternoon din sa iyo, Jeris, Ann Farinas. Good afternoon din sa inyo. Okay? Ito na tayo, review na tayo ha. Sige, paunahan to. Sige, dapat may sagot kayo. So, what is the capacity to cause, effect, impact, or change either socially or politically? So, what is the capacity to cause, effect, impact, or change either socially or politically? So, ano yon? What is that? What was that? Regarding our last topic, sige nga, who will be the first one? Let's see who can give the first answer. The capacity to cause effect. Very good, Mastela Bayho, the first one to answer. That's power. And also Nova Pelayo, power. Tingnan natin, yes. Yeah, anything that you can do that creates impact to others, either individually, socially, or by group, or even politically, that's power. Next question. We get focus. What type of power has the ability to control people through possession of knowledge, experience, or judgment that another person needs but does not have? What is it? What type of power? That's number 2. Keyword there is ability to control people through possession of knowledge, karunungan, experiensya, judgment, and that another person needs but the others do not have. So what's number 2? Yes? Okay? May nagsagot si Nova kay yung kanyang sagot ay a superior power. Okay. Superior power. Sino may ibang sagot? Type of power to. May, yes, yung position of knowledge, yung experience mo, diba? Sabi ko, example nito, yung mga teachers, no? Okay? So, ang sagot ay expert power. Dahil they have the knowledge that others do not have. Therefore, yung kanilang skills ay nagiging attraction at they become expert. Gaya din ng mga researcher. Okay, pangatlo, panghuli na to for our review. Number 3, what type of power has the ability to control people by using threat, punishment, or negative reinforcement? What type of power has the ability to control people by using threat, punishment, or negative reinforcement? Tingnan ko nga kung may nakasagot. Who will be the first one? participate kayo para maging one of the basis for becoming a tutor or tuty of the week. Okay? Okay, ang sagot. Okay, ang sagot dyan ay okay. Ito, coercive power. Dahil yung coercive power utilized threat or punishment as a form of negative enforcement in order to control person or group. Okay, we're done. So because of that, our week 5, quarter 3 is all about globalization as a context of relations among nations and states. So ang globalisasyon sa konteksto ng relasyon ng mga nasyon or mga countries and mga estados, no? Nation, nasyon. Okay, mga bayan. Ito ang ating most essential learning competency. Analyze the relationship among nations and states in the context of globalization. So, ina-analyze natin 'yon, no? What's the context of this nation and state? So, in the aspect of globalization. So, let us try to see. So, now, state of the nation or state or nation. Tingnan natin. You answer either state or nation. Yan, ano niyang nasa, what's in the picture? That's a map of Israel. And this is the banner or the flag of Israel. Okay, is that a state or a nation? Is Israel a state or a nation? Sige nga. Hello? Israel. Oh, totoo. Thank you. That's correct. That's Israel. What is that? Is it a state or a nation? Sige lang, there's no problem if you got it wrong. I will not mention your names. I will not mention your names. Just answer it. Okay. Yeah, okay din. Okay. The answer to this is state. Now, have you heard Israel is a country in Western Asia and defines itself as a Jewish and democratic state, and the nation state of the Jewish people got their membership in the United Nations in 1948. Its capital is Jerusalem, and the country is a liberal democratic parliamentary system which has a proportional representation for the right of suffrage, and the prime minister is the head of state, and they have the parliament known as Knesset as the legislature. It is a state. Okay. Tingnan natin kung ano yung nation, ha? Later. Ito. Sige, walang maling sagot, basta sagot, titingnan natin. O yan, alam nyo yan. This is the map of the Philippines and the flag of the Philippines. So is the Philippines a state or a nation? Okay, may nagsagot nation, may nagsagot dito state. Okay, may nagsagot nation. Mostly sabi nila nation. Dahil we always heard Filipino nation. Let's see. It's a nation and it's a state. Okay, both. Why? Because the Republic of the Philippines is an archipelagic country in Southeast Asia, and its capital is Manila, and became independent from Spain in June 12, 1898. Again, we also become independent from the United States of America in July 4, 1946. Now, during that time, on July 4, 1946, the Treaty of Manila, yung agreement, no, ng Manila, ang US and Filipino that time, between the government of the United States and the Philippines was signed. And that day, it took effect that the Philippines is considered having the qualification as an independent nation and a sovereign state. This one, and ASEAN. So what does ASEAN mean? As Association of Southeast Asian Nation. This is the nation or state. So it's already leading, no? There, you already have the leading discussion because we all have the nation as a, yes, that's a nation. These are, sabi na ito, both. Dahil they consider naman, both kasi yung individual country, yung sabi nila, nation din yon. Kasi the ASEAN nation composed of countries or states. Dahil Philippines is a state, no? Yung Brunei Darussalam, state siya, Laos. Nation din sila, consider. So, nation state. So, originally, there are 10 member states. Oh, and now, recently, there are 10 member states. The ASEAN nation or the Association of Southeast Asian Nation was created on August 8, 1967. So, it promotes cooperation and intergovernmental cooperation to facilitate economy, political, security, military, and educational and socio-cultural integration. The present Secretary General is Mr. Lim Jok Hoy from Brunei Darussalam. Okay. Lastly, this one. This is, of course, United Nations. Obviously, this is a group of all governments and states and nation around the world. So, lahat-lahat na yun, nation and state. So, therefore, this one is, yes, you're correct. This is a nation or composition of nations. Okay? And it is, the headquarters is located in New York City. And now the Secretary General is Mr. Antonio Gutierrez from Portugal. Okay. Now, let's move in. According to Sidwick, state is a combination or association of persons in the form of government and governed and united into a political organized people of a definite territory. So yun ang estado. It's a person and government. Okay? Now, ano naman yung state? A state is a community that may already have its people, a territory, a government, and sovereignty. However, until it is recognized by the family of nations like the United Nations or ASEAN nation, then it shall remain be a de facto state. So, ibig sabihin, pwede ka maging state sa'yo, internally, but you cannot be sovereign when other nations do not accept you. May mga ganong klase. So, yung state pala is having sovereignty, people, or population, territory, and a government. Yun ang state. And it has to be recognized to become sovereign both internally and externally. So recognition refers to the act made by the family of nation that renders a state its international status. Kasi there are many states that have not been recognized internationally, no? Okay. Maybe because of the enemy states or the other countries like that, no? We'll look into that. So, to form a state, the state has to have these factors, no? Or elements. So, elements, state has people, government, territory, and sovereignty. Kaya na sinabi ko kanina, people means population. And there is no specific number required in terms of the population. So, it is only given emphasis that the population must be sufficient. Dapat may mga tao. Hindi naman siguro pwede, 10 lang kami, state na kami. No, hindi pwedeng ganun. And then government, you know already the meaning of government, that means the political system which a country or community is being administered or regulated. Now, pag sinabing territory, that means geographical surface or location or jurisdiction which the certain state has a sovereignty or jurisdiction in accordance with the law. And when we talk of sovereignty, sovereignty, no? That's the supreme power to command and to enforce obedience. I said there is what we call internal sovereignty. If you only think the country thinks that this is on enforcing it according to the will of the people. But externally, if they're not recognized, they cannot attain the external sovereignty. So, To be a sovereign, you have to have internal sovereignty and external sovereignty to be considered a state. Okay, that is the implication. So we have here a nation. What is a nation? According to Flint, a nation may be a spillover into multiple states. Pwede siya maging madaming states. Furthermore, not every nation has a state. Like the Kurds. Before the Kurds, people are in Iraq, but they do not have a particular state. So they may be shifted in other countries or other lands or other nations, but they retain their culture. Another, Rohingya, the people from Myanmar, no? They're not considered as a state of Rohingya. They do not have a nation. No, they don't have a particular nation. They are shifted in Myanmar, which ngayon, medyo nagka-problema doon, di ba? So, and also, the Balkan states, states which has contained all the parts of multiple nations. The Balkan states composed of Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina. But now, after the USSR, alam niyo ba yung Union of Soviet Socialist Republic na communist pa nung araw, ngayon dahil wala na USSR, so nagkakaroon na ng iba na independent state. Nung araw yon, no? Okay. So, para simpleng niyo malaman ang distinction. The distinction between the state and the nation, ito lang. Now, first, dapat yung state, sabi, is legal and political. Okay? While the nation is racial and cultural. So pag sinabing legal, political versus nation, which is racial, cultural, yung Estado pala, it is based upon the legality. It has to be voted upon by, or not voted, but it has to be recognized internally and externally. Now, yung nation, not necessarily legal, they are racial, they are bounded by culture, they are bounded by tradition. So, just like that, no? Ancient, the state is an ancient up to the present. So, nung araw, yung state was already established. In fact, that's the time during the Greek, no? They are the first one to establish the republic, no? Republic and democracy. They are talking about that even those ancient, during the medieval times, no? They also use the word state or stato. Okay? So that's ancient up to this moment. But yung nation, modern yan. No? Modern. But other books says hindi daw modern, pero most of them agreed, the social scientists agree that this is a modern phenomenon, modern terminology. Okay? Now, yung state is heterogeneous. What does it mean by heterogeneous? No? Heterogeneous mean hindi sila iisa. Pwede maitim, pwede maputi, pwede iba-ibang nationality nandoon sa state. Gaya ng United States, iba-ibang kulay, di ba? They are state. They are organized by law. So heterogeneous. But the nation, on the other hand, homogeneous, meaning people bonded with common will. Yan. Pag nag-isip, like ng Israel, they are a nation, as if before, wala pa silang state, they are a nation. But now, they already have the state. No boundary yung nation. At saka, about sovereignty, yung state naman is sovereign. Sabi ko sa inyo, dapat legally sila identified or recognized. And then yung nation, sovereignty not needed. Kahit saan sila, nandoon pa rin yung nation. So meron ding terminolohiya na nation state. The idea of a nation at the same time governed by its sovereignty, no, like Japan, France, Philippines. Ang daming nation state na ngayon. They are one single nation at saka merong isa ding estado. Okay? So, what is in the picture? Okay, make a good caption of the picture. If you are going to make a caption of this picture, what could it be? Or what will it be? Hello. Good afternoon, Sir Glenny. Okay? Yes. Okay, this is in relation to our next topic, our last topic. Very good. This is about people around the world. Yan. And, ay, sorry. Yan. Hindi ko pala na, okay. Sige. Let's backtrack. Yan. Kanina sabi ko ito. These people around the world. I have to monitors kasi. That's people around the world. This one. Alam nyo to. So, this is about, yes, tama. COVID around the world that nakaka-apekto sa economic and of course fighting the health, the economy, etc. No? So, yan, those concepts are under globalization. This is a process of forging international connections in politics, economics. Yes, Ma'am Robes. This COVID-19 really affects the whole world, and this is a matter of the pangs of globalization. Kasi ang mga tao kailangan talagang mag-market. Ang sabi nito, ni Tabahin ng Pulma, forging international connection. Bakit kailangan natin ng connection sa politics, economics, religion, and socio-cultural dimension? Kasi this is a new concept of modernization. The economy is borderless. So just like the emergence of digital age, naging borderless na tayo at naging faster ang ating trade industry and communication. Okay, so that's globalization. So there are types of globalization. We have political globalization, social globalization, and economic globalization. So what is that political globalization? This refers to the amount of political cooperation that exists between different countries, just like the UN, United Nations, World Trade Organization, European Union, and the ASEAN. So they're helping each other. And I mean, we are member of this to make policies para easier for them to transact, politically and business around the world, around the country states, like that. So para naman yung tarifa, no? Yung si tariff, yun ang taxes imposed on the export product. And then, social globalization refers to the sharing of ideas and information between and through different countries, like your films, book, TV series, mahilig kayo doon, no, mga books and TV series. Ayan din ay isang social globalization. Sabi ng iba, this is also cultural globalization. So nagiging aware ng ibang mga nation or countries or other people around the world already are aware of our culture or each other's culture because of globalization. And we exchange, histories or story like that, no? Yung mga books at saka yung mga film. We know by history, this is the culture para ng Korea. That's why, because we're watching. Okay? Because we're watching them. And the third, economic globalization. So this refers to the interconnectedness of economies through trade and the exchange of resources. Gayon naman talaga, no? We can import now with low taxes and then from one country to another. So the pros of globalization, ito yung mga pros or advantages. Broadens access to goods and services. Borderless na kasi you can import. You can even go to, not to mention yung mga online online selling, online buying and selling, right? May mga one click nyo lang, 'di ba? Can lift people out of poverty kasi madaming magkatrabaho, may trabaho because of dito, yung globalization, yung digitalization, meron na mga trabaho ang mga tao. Increases cultural awareness kasi alam natin nangyayari sa ibang countries, sa ibang mga kultura, nagiging mas aware tayo. And another pros meaning advantage is the spread of information and technology more easily. So, nag-widen na yung mga training natin galing sa ibang bansa, doon, we can adapt that. Okay? Yung cons naman, disadvantage. Ano yung mga disadvantage? Okay. Ito yon. Kaso lang, kahit naman siguro kung ano yung programa or ano yung mga bagay, may mga sistema talaga, may mga cons or disadvantages. So, isa dyan ay workers can lose job to countries with low-cost labor. Kasi isa niyan ang mga issue that yung, like for example, yung Apple, yung iPhone, doon talaga sila sa China dapat kasi doon cheap ang labor. Hindi sila pupunta sa Pilipinas dahil yung labor natin, labor cost is masyadong mahal. So, sinasamantala nila yung mga bagay na kung saan naman yung mura para yung cost nila maliit lang. No? At saka hasn't protected labor. Yun ang mga issue. Has not protected labor, environmental, or human rights. Kasi may iba din hindi nila sinusilduhan masyado, hindi ko na lang mag-mention, or yung working condition nila, kasi sila yung may capital, yung ibang country, yung mga native hindi naman binibigyan dahil doon. Kasi nga, yun, gusto nila, maliit lang yung sahod para naman sa capital nila. So yung mga kapitalista, sila yung mag-earn much. And can also contribute to cultural homogeneity. So, yan, ma-assimilate na natin yung kultura sa ibang country because of assimilation. Ay, gusto ko maging ganyan, na-adapt natin yun, na-identify natin, no? Hindi naman siguro lahat, but that really affects our culture, no? Sa as Filipinos. And it empowers other nations because they have the capital. Okay? So the bottom line here, globalization as a phenomenon has created winners and losers among states and nations. Supporters argue that the benefits, of course, outweigh the drawbacks, while critics want to either improve the conditions of global trade or in some cases, roll back the globalization. So ganun naman talaga yan, may pros and cons. So lastly, let's check your understanding. Sige nga. A state is an organized political community under one government. Is it true or false? Okay. A state is an organized political community under one government. That's correct. It's true. Yes. Next, a sovereign state does not need a territory in order to govern its people. The answer, is it true or false? The answer to this is, okay, false. A country has to be sovereign. It needs a territory to govern its people. Kasi hindi siya sovereign niya kung hindi siya wala siyang gobyerno, di ba? That's one all elements in a sovereign state. Yes, false. Thank you, Mr. Stella. That's false. Ito. Which one is the correct combination? I have to analyze. That's our competency. State, heterogeneous modern, nation, heterogeneous ancient, state, homogeneous ancient, or nation, homogeneous modern. Which is the correct combination? Okay? The answer is D. Kasi nation is homogeneous group of people and they are very good. Napakamagaling. And analyze, ito iba naman to. Analyze the news headline below and identify what type of globalization is this. PH joins largest trade bloc with ASEAN regional partners. What is that? Philippines joins largest trade bloc. In terms of globalization, what type is that? What type of globalization is that? Okay, tama. That is it political, social, or economics? Okay. The answer is economics. Kasi, tingnan mo, trade bloc. Nag-trading yung ASEAN nation, regional partners. Okay, we're almost done. Analyze the news headline below. Is it political, social, or economics? Myanmar coup, ASEAN split over the way forward. Alam niyo yung Myanmar ngayon under the coup-d'etat, no? Yung government nila na elected, yung prime minister nila si Aung Suu Kyi is hindi na siya naka-exec ng kanyang power, no? Kasi they are under the general. So the answer to this is yes. This is something political. Dahil, yun nga. Nagkukodata kasi gusto nila, sila yung mag-lead ng country to become sovereign. Very good, Mastella. That's political. Ito, which of the following are advantages of globalization? Saan dyan ang advantage? Borderless trades of goods and services, A. B. Human rights and labor issues. C. More jobs are created. Or D. Increases cultural awareness. Which, alin dyan? Multiple responses. Madami sila. 3 siguro o 2. Tingnan natin. So, ito ang sagot. Ang mga sagot ay borderless trades. That is one of the advantage. Yes, tama kayo? C, more jobs are created. 2 lang. Kasi yung 2 dyan, meron 3 pala. Okay, increases cultural awareness. Yan ay mga advantages. Very good. Very good, Mastella. Okay, now, let's move into our last reflection. So, sometimes, the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. So, tip 2, if you must but take the first step. In response to globalization, we must have the globalization first, one step at a time. We have to strengthen first what we have. Kung sa buhay mo, strengthen mo muna yung sarili mo bago ka sasabak dyan sa anong laban ang gusto mo. No? That's why you have to study first, take little step before you go to what you want in the future. You want to be a lawyer, a social scientist, or a social worker, taking care of people and the humanities. Okay? So, with that, you may screenshot this one and then enter in my Schoology account, no? So that you can ask for, aid whatsoever. And these are my references. And of course, thank you so much for comments and suggestions. Email us at edtech, deped.gov.ph. Thank you so much. And may God bless you. Sa susunod uli, magle-lesson na naman tayo and mag-tutor na naman ako. Bye! Thank you. Be safe. Thank you, Nova. Thank you, everyone. See you.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa mathematics. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippine social media accounts. Paalam!